Hi, Miss K's 5th grade. I'm Cynthia Lord, and this is my dog Milo. I'm talking to you today from my home down in Brunswick, Maine. I'm the author of 16 books for children, including Half a Chance. And Miss K thought it might be kind of fun if I read today's chapter to you, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to read chapter 21. It's called Beyond Reach. And if you have a copy of the book that you're following along in, it's page 188. If you remember, Dad and Lucy are looking at the portfolios for the contest. As Dad looked through the portfolio entries on his computer, I sat on our living room couch across from him and pretended to read a brochure on rare Arizona plants that he brought back from his trip. But my mind was too full of my own words. Skip. Journey. Lost. Dad murmured. He couldn't be looking at my portfolio. When he saw the photo of Grandma Lila, he wouldn't just say, He'd start talking and talking like he does when he sees a photo that's so good, he wishes he'd taken it. But with every moment that didn't happen, I felt like I was being put in my place. And it wasn't first. Bailey was at the top of the list of names. Surely he'd have seen my photo by now. It hurt inside my chest. Maybe I should have tried harder. But even as I thought that, I knew I had done my best. Maybe. The answer was no. Not good enough. Not you. Okay, that's it. I've chosen. One portfolio stood out. It was an easy choice. My throat was so tight that I could barely ask, who won? Let's see. I picked Lucas from Oklahoma, Dad said. He has a good eye. Okay, Lucy, now you look at the portfolios and tell me which one you would have picked. Dad brought me his laptop. On the screen was a photo of a barbed wire fence against a storm-threatening sky. On the other side of the fence stretched a blurred, flat prairie. But in the foreground, in sharp focus, were a few bursts of barbed wire prickles. And holding the wire was an old man's dirty, weathered hand, every wrinkle of his knuckles showing. The top third of the photo was empty, just gray-green sky, with one lonely, miserable line of barbed wire cutting across it. It felt like there was nowhere to go. Even if you looked up, there was that line of prickled wire. It made me feel even more trapped. Is this one of the winner's photos? I asked quietly. Dad nodded. This is Beyond Reach. That was a hard one because how do you show reach in a photo? A photo is just a second of time, and Lucas shows it with this one lonely hand. It would have been easy for him to just shoot the fence, but the hand brings the story. It's great that he thought of that. All of the other kids just did things that were far away. I put my camera back in my pocket, thinking of my photo of the mountains. But aren't faraway things beyond reach? Yeah, but beyond reach means you want to reach something. It's more than just far away. There's an absence, missing something that you can't have. There's nothing missing in the other photos. They're beautiful, but they don't make me think about wanting what I can't have. Lucas shot beyond reach, and all the other pictures are scenic views. And that's all. That's all. Two little words as full of prickles as the barbed wire in the photo on Dad's laptop screen. And the worst part was I knew he was right. I wanted so badly to win, but even I would choose this photo over mine. I didn't want to see any more of that boy's photos, but Dad moved to the next one. This is At the Crossroads. It was a black and white photo of a railway station, but Lucas must have sat or lay on the train tracks to take the photo because the perspective was low and the tracks loomed huge in the foreground with the industrial-looking buildings and electrical wires and telephone poles softly blurred in the background. It was a smart choice to shoot this in black and white, Dad said. What's great here are the different tones and textures that the black and white shows. And there's a good balance between the whitest white and the blackest blacks. The things you want highlighted, like the tops of the train tracks, stand out because they are in the whitest white. I wasn't sure I understood, but I tried to take it in. I didn't think of using black and white, I said, but then quickly added, I wouldn't think of using it. Dad didn't notice my slip-up, though. He was so into the photo. It's not a perfect photo, Dad said. The background is too bright. It should be darker, because the photo is about the tracks. But the brightness of the background leads your eye up there. You want to figure it out, but you can't because it's blurry. So he makes you look there, but there's no real payoff. If he had made this darker, it would have been a better photo. I almost want to open up my photo editing program and fix it, because it's a good image, but it could have been great. Are all his other photos as good as these, I asked? Most are, he said. Not every photo can be amazing, but he had several photos that took my breath away. Most of the other portfolios are good, but they're safe. Of course, that's what I'd expect from kids. It's hard to... Then I'd choose him too, I said flatly, wanting this to be over. You don't want to see the others? Dad asked. I shook my head. I needed some time to feel bad. There would be no prize money. No showing Dad my talent. No way to take Grandma Lila out to see the loons. Summer would just end. Okay then, give me a few minutes here. I need to get my equipment out of the car and send a few things to Marjorie. Then maybe we can go see the loons? I'm sure they've gone by now, I said. Heading upstairs to my room, I heard him open the porch door. Hello! Beautiful day today, he called to someone. I didn't realize the trouble until I glanced out my window to see Nate and Grandma Lila in their yard. And to my horror, Grandma Lila started walking right over to Dad as he took his suitcase out of our car. Wait, he can't meet her up close yet. What if he recognizes her? I ran down the stairs, but as I got to the front porch, Dad, Nate, and Grandma Lila were already talking. Such a lovely girl, our Lucy of the Loons, Grandma said as I rushed up beside Dad. He grinned. Lucy has really enjoyed your family. It's time for Loon Patrol, Grandma Lila said. We've already done it today, Nate said. The loons were down near the point. And the babies? She asked. They're getting big, Nate said. I must write that down, she said, turning for the house. Nate sighed. Sorry, she's mixed up today. She's having a hard time remembering things. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Emery. Remembering things? Dad's forehead tensed. Nate, are you a photographer? My mouth was completely dry as Nate looked at me. I shook my head at him, but Dad said, Nate Bailey, from the kids' photography contest, right? Sorry, you didn't win, Nate, I said quickly. Some kid from Oklahoma did. Lucy, you're not supposed to tell him. Marjorie will be mad at me. Dad laughed. So this is why we're so interested in the contest entries, Lucy. I didn't know what to say, but Dad had already turned back to Nate. I probably shouldn't say anything, but you're a runner-up, Dad told him. When I started reviewing the portfolios, I didn't expect to see a photo I wished I'd taken myself. But I felt that way about one of yours, Nate. In fact, I awarded it Best Photo. It's a brave image. Brave? Nate asked. Dad inclined his head to Grandma Lila on the porch, looking for the clipboard. The photo for Lost, showing your grandmother, Dad said quietly. It stays with me. A good photo can do that. It can make someone care. Nate's eyes flashed to mine. You used it? After what I said? My throat felt so full I could barely talk. I wanted to... But Nate turned and ran away from me. He stormed past Grandma Lila looking for her clipboard on the porch and into their cottage, slamming the screen door behind him. What was that about? Dad asked. I have something to tell you, I said slowly. I wasn't used to making such big mistakes. Those photos weren't really Nate's. He helped, but he didn't actually take them. So who shot the photos? Dad asked. I couldn't believe he didn't see it. I looked into his eyes.